Um, Bowlers League. I don't know if you've heard of that. Something that's happening in the UK now. It's originated in Germany. It's a tournament, a mixture. Well, they've added a
This
little.
is the Lucas Podolsky one I was talking about.
Yes,
All right, all
yes.
right.
So it did originate in Germany. What the Bowlers League is, influencers and former professional footballers have teamed up to launch a UK and an American version of Bowlers League. Same concept. We've got former professional footballers with influencers,
Mm-hmm.
which brings in like a crowd of people to come and watch the sport. So I think this is to get the young kids more in tuned into the f- football sport, not just to watch actual players and watch their own, because you know kids now are watching YouTube creators. That's like their TV. That's modern day TV now. So for them, it's like such a cool thing to see them in their favorite sport, and so it brings in numbers. So it's something cool. Just to get into it, KSI, who has 24 million YouTube subscribers, will be president of the UK version, with the streamer iShowSpeed named as the president of the American one. What else? Bowler League UK is due to begin on the 24th of March 2025. It takes place every Monday for 11 weeks until 2nd of June on indoor football pitches of Copperbox Arena.
So again, just to recap, you said
Yeah,
it has iShow Speed and KSI. Look at
yeah,
that. That's
yes,
already viewership on another
bro.
level. Yeah, get into it. Is
Uh,
there any rule
yes,
differences
I'm
and
getting into the rules now. So the rules are each half will last for like 15 minutes. Each team will have a squad of 12 players. Players to earn a fee of £400 per game. Games will be played in a six-a-side format on a smaller indoor pitch. Rule twists will be introduced during the final 3 minutes of each half, including 3v3, long-range goals accounting as double, and goalkeepers not allowed to use their hands. MLS style 1v1 penalties. So, very interesting. What do you think about this? The Bowlers League in being introduced into the UK, because now they've got a bigger, footballing um,
I think
region.
yeah, man. I'm sorry to cut you off, my dog. I
Yeah.
think it's not. I don't really have a big opinion on it. I think like we said, it might fundamentally change the way we view sport, um, especially football. Let me rather say so, because football is one of the most infiltrated sports by influencers. So when it comes to that, it might lure players that couldn't reach the plateau of playing professionally, but were actually good players.
Mm.
It gives them a platform and a place to play. But other than that, my dog, I don't really see its place, except detracting eyes from the actual people who put in blood, sweat, and tears to become a professional. And I think it needs to be. It's important that we understand that we are fiddling into a sport where people have played their all or went through their whole lives trying to achieve something in.
Mm.
And I'm not saying it shouldn't be fun. I think it should be fun. I think there should be them, but that's why they have the Sidemen charity match.
Mm.
I think that's fun. It's got a lot of viewership. It's fun, but it's a long format. It's normal football.
Mm.
It's now creating football in a space for short form content,
And
and now we're going to start to develop players who want to be known for short form content other than anything else.
mm.
And I think that's going to be a major a game changer in trying to get people to concentrate for 90 minutes. Even in the younger format, it's easy, it's hard to get these boys to concentrate even at under 12, under 10. I know it's hard as younger, but their concentration spans are shorter, and it's real. I know they used to say it to us at school, but it's real. And I think this is an enemy to the actual game of football. But if the influencers did it alone, um, and they did it, with not on a calendar basis, but
Mm.
once in a while
Mm.
as an event, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
But if they put a calendar to it, these kids are worshipped and they worship the influences, and anything I show Speed or KSI or Logan Paul or Mini Minter or any guys on the Sidemen do, then these kids will gravitate towards it. I know a lot of my football kids are football kids, but they're also influencer football kids. You know,
Mm.
they follow me on Instagram, and they want to be followed on Instagram, and I can see the thread. So it becomes an enemy to the actual game of football. I know I'm sounding like an old man, but yeah, that's my
No, I
little
hear
rant
you.
on
I
that.
hear you. That's a very interesting take. Because I would have thought that if this is a new era, this is what happens. Every generation comes up with their own thing. I feel so. In this time and place, this is what the avenue for them, for Chunks and them, on all of these guys. For them, it's an avenue for them to like exploit, because they already in the funny field and all of that, but they also really like sports just like us. Yeah, but I think they just saw a gap in the market, and they were smart enough to exploit that position. So
No,
shout outs to them.
financially, like as a business move, yeah,
It's a
still.
cool
But
look. I mean, it's
is it an
happening in
enemy to
Germany.
the
I mean,
actual
it's
sport?
remember, it's happening. It's already happening in Germany. It's a friendly thing. It's already happening
But
in
you're not the
Germany.
champions.
It's Gerard Piqué has his seven aside. He has his own
Yeah,
league.
but that's
Now,
retired players
yes,
and only retired players and influencers.
Apakalogo is gonna be the
It's
in
going to be
UK.
active players, not active players, but
Yeah, not really active.
players who didn't make young players, players who should be playing in the league. Somebody.
Nah, that's up to them now. So if they go there, then for them that's a bad look on my
Mm,
side.
mm.
But for the guys that created that platform and to bring the idea to life, I think it's incredible. But shout outs to the guys. It seems very interesting since UK is the bigger market out of football and like retired football and all of that. It's gonna be really interesting to see. Also because a lot of people, pundits, have been complaining about loss of English talent,
Mhm.
being like the trend thing that we spoke about after he signed and everything was moving green. A lot of people were like, "Yo, every time an English player is about to boom in the English league, someone from Spain, someone from Italy, someone from wherever buys them off there, and then that's it."
I think it's gonna go into something we're gonna speak about a bit later.
Mm.
I think English guys, you guys need to understand if you want people to stay in the league, stay in your teams, you need to not only have the lure of the media. The clubs need to be bigger, to be better run, to be in the forefront of world football. I think the league maybe is in the forefront of the world football, but the biggest clubs in the world are outside of England. Um, I think Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Barcelona, even to a lesser extent now because of the scandal and the money, Juventus. I think yes, the Premier League is the most watched and the most known, but in terms of what those individual brands as clubs can do, the Premier League pushes the clubs, but I feel as individual clubs, we speak about those clubs in a big regard. It's a little bit different in that sense. If
Mm,
you
mm.
get what I'm trying to get at.
Wait, no, no. Can you read the last part? I didn't catch. So are you saying Juve has bigger presence than Manchester United?
No, United is a big club,
Mm,
but United is an anomaly
mm,
in the Premier League. Yes, Liverpool is a big club. Yes, Chelsea is a big club. Yes, these clubs are in the top 10. But in terms of iconic value of these huge clubs globally,
mm,
then you look at it in terms of, yes, Chelsea has come a long way in the last couple of years, Manchester City in the last couple of years, but historically it's been Manchester United and Liverpool.
mm,
And other than that, it's Arsenal very far behind, and even being surpassed now. Obviously, in my opinion, I've always said why Chelsea and Manchester City have surpassed Arsenal, but it gets down to like the iconicness and the stature of the club. If we're speaking about a Juventus, we're speaking about AC Milan, we're speaking about Inter Milan, then English teams have a big way to go in becoming iconic status.
mm,
Playing for Chelsea is good and well, but it's not Real Madrid, and it's not just for no reason. They've built a culture, a structure, a man that the club is the best in the world, and now we've all been there. It's not just about history. It's how Manchester City has built their model to be they've been brazen to say they're the best club in England, and everyone that comes to the club, regardless of its history, now look at it as one of the biggest clubs in England, regardless of anything else. So English clubs need to make a change in the bigger clubs need to make a change in making their clubs iconic clubs. This is an iconic venue, the Bernabeu. The new camp is an iconic venue. We throw away White Hart Lane to become the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. You know, we forget the iconicness of the clubs, and that's where we always have a disparaging gap.
Mm, nice take.